Our epistle reading this morning comes from James 3, verses 1 through 12. Not many of you should become teachers, my brothers and sisters, for you know that we who teach will be judged with greater strictness. For all of us make many mistakes. Anyone who makes no mistakes in speaking is perfect, able to keep the whole body in check with a bridle. If we put bits into the mouths of horses to make them obey us, we guide their whole bodies. Or look at ships. Though they are so large that it takes strong winds to drive them, yet they are guided by a very small rudder, wherever the will of the pilot directs. So also the tongue is a small member, yet it boasts of great exploits. How great! A forest is set ablaze by a small fire, and the tongue is a fire. The tongue is placed among our members as a world of iniquity. It stains the whole body, sets on fire the cycle of nature, and itself set on fire, and is itself set on fire by hell. For every species of beast and bird, of reptile and sea creature can be tamed and has been tamed by the human species. But no one can tame the tongue, a restless evil full of deadly poison. With it we bless the Lord and Father, and with it we curse those who are made in the likeness of God. From the same mouth come blessing and cursing. My brothers and sisters, this ought not to be so. Does a spring pour forth water from the same opening, both fresh and brackish water? Can a fig tree, my brothers and sisters, yield olives, or a grapevine figs? No more can salt water yield fresh. Thank you.
Now, I could go on like a real Kent Gilbert about what that all meant and how that plays in with the history and all of the special scholarly things, but I'm pretty sure I'm not qualified to talk about that. But all you really need to know is that that was about inclusiveness. We, as a species, tend to not be very inclusive. You get in your little clique or your little group of friends, compatriots, and that's about it. Nobody else. You do it, I do it, no need to lie about it. But it's not necessarily a good thing. The thing about exclusion is that it will always hurt someone, no matter the circumstances. Someone missed out on something because they were not allowed to participate, because they were excluded. Maybe it was something small. They couldn't get to see a funny video with their friends, or there were no more cookies left in the cookie jar. But it can also be big, moments that could be major for a certain person, or it could be an entire group of people, nationally even. Maybe it's people in flight, desperately looking for a new home that we should be able to give freely, but we don't. Often, this inclusiveness seldom comes to people within our own country. Some folks do not have what they need simply because we do not wish to include them. I learned a lot about this at the Highlander Center with my youth group over the summer. This group over in Tennessee, they've been training professional protesters and resistance members for a long, long time, since the 1930s. They've been involved in the fight for the American rights, and it is very inspiring. Amongst all of the movements and the issues they've fought for, the main idea has always been nationwide inclusiveness. This is something I think we should all believe in. Not just as Christians, but as people who live in a nation with as many opportunities as this. We must strive to be more inclusive. When we are open to act, we must act, no matter the magnitude. If national protests and political movements aren't your cup of tea, that's fine. There is work to be done in any setting. You see someone alone at a table, join them. You see someone being harassed, defend them, bring them in, and let them know their worth. Because we are fallible. As humans, as Christians, as Americans, it is our duty to be kind and include others when the rest of the world refuses to. When presented with the idea of inclusiveness, everyone tends to agree. It's a good idea and it should be implemented. But that practice is seldom come to. We just don't want to go the extra mile. And it kills me. And I know we all want to do it, we just can't get there. I'm not good about being inclusive. That's a fact. And if you're going to preach something, you got to practice it. So after today, I'll be out in the world with a better mind, trying to be a more inclusive person. And I'm fine with that. If I am the only person who went on today to be more inclusive, I'd be perfectly fine with that. It's one more person than yesterday. But it would be selfish of me to say I didn't want all of us in on this, all of us being more inclusive and considerate. I want all of us to be better. It would help everyone around us so much. After all I've learned from these amazing people, the best thing I've learned is first to simply ask. So please, in the future, be more perceptive of those who are not included and try to let them in. Thank you.